Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at Uolo. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.uolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at YOLO_app. I'm eagerly looking forward to all your submissions right after this class.
Hey, hello everybody. So nice to see all of you again today. So I hope you have just followed the process of submission that we just shared and you're all set for today's class. Yes, does anybody know the topic for today's class? Yes, anybody? Awesome. So I see all of you saying we have a 3D Zentangle workshop today. That's a 3D Zentangle session today. So this is precisely the fourth class of our Mandala Technique series, our Mandala Art series. And the journey so far has been lots of learning and lots of application of our Mandala techniques. So as we know that every class is going to be something new, but something related to our mandala techniques only. So the same applies in this class as well. So we have a different kind of application of our mandala techniques, our mandala patterns, and this time it's a 3D Zentangle class. So I hope all of you are ready with your art materials and so excited for today's class. Yes, quickly give me a thumbs up if you're ready with the materials. You're all excited for today's class. I'll be waiting for your thumbs ups to come in. Till then, I'll share the screen. Don't worry about the art materials. I'm going to discuss about it in detail. The moment we start the class, we'll first discuss the art materials and then move forward. Okay, so many thumbs ups coming in. Awesome. So I see all of you so excited for today's class. So let's quickly just get started. Yes? So I hope you can see the screen now. And here we go. Okay, first let's discuss the materials that we need. We need an A5 size white drawing paper. So this is a simple A5 size white sheet. Second, we need a pencil. So this is an important material that we need in today's class. Just make sure you all have a pencil. You need to have a pencil even for the rough sketch. And there's an important step in today's class that we are all going to make use of pencil with. So just make sure that you're having a pencil with you for today's class. That's the second material. The third material we need is a scale. So even a short scale, a ruler that you have, or a long scale, anything would be fine. So even a short scale or long scale, anything would be fine. A smaller one would be fine as well. I have a longer scale over here, a foot ruler, but even if you have a smaller scale, that's totally fine. Okay. And the fourth material that we need would be these colorful sketch pens. So you all know that I have these tiny cute sketch pens and we have been using them since long in our mandala classes as well. We are again going to make use of this material also, and we'll be learning something new. The material is the same, but every class has been a little different, and the same applies in this class as well. So we have the fourth material as our colorful sketch pens. Okay, so just make sure that even if you don't have the exact same materials, in case you don't have colorful sketch pens, you can also make use of gel pens or even ball pens if you have. So it's totally fine in that regard. And in case you don't have a white sheet or you don't have the same size of the sheet, that's totally fine again. If you have any other color sheet, that's totally fine. If you have a ruled sheet, that's totally fine as well. So if you have any four size white sheet, you can just cut it into half and you will have a A5 white sheet. Okay, so that's just four basic simple art materials again that we need in today's class, and we'll be shortly starting with the class then with all our learning. Okay, so I hope the materials are all clear with you and you have these materials or the substitutes as I said, and you all are ready for the class now. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so first we'll take the pencil. As we all know, we are going to first make a rough sketch. So I want all of you to keep your materials down first. I want all of you to carefully observe the process first and then you can draw along. Okay. The first time I'll be sharing everything. I'll be sharing everything step by step and then you can just draw along. The moment I say you can draw along, you all can take your materials and you can draw along with me. But for the first time, all of you, just for a moment, you all can observe and then you can draw. Okay? So just for one moment, keep your materials down and all of you observe what I do. Okay? Awesome. So I am just going to take the pencil and just zoom in a bit for you. Okay. So if you see, I'm just making a dot first. Now look at the location of this dot. This is slightly towards the top portion of the sheet and at the middle part of it. Okay, so slightly at the top portion and center part of the page, I've just marked a small dot over here as you all can see. Okay, so first we mark this dot. Then we're just going to take the scale and we're just drawing a diagonal line connecting to this dot. And the same on the opposite side. So it is nothing but we are just making a triangle. But I just want all of you to just follow the exact procedure that I am doing over here. Because there could be a little difference in what we do. Okay. So now you all can start drawing along with me. First mark a dot slightly at the top center portion of the sheet. First just mark a dot and then just take your rulers, your scales, and just connect this dot with the help of a diagonal or a slant line. Okay, so this is the first slant line that I've drawn. Now take your scale to the other side, the opposite side as well, and draw a slant line on the opposite side as well. Similar way, and we have a triangle ready. We have just not drawn the horizontal end, but just the top portion with two diagonal lines. Okay, so here's a quick recap for anybody who has missed this. We first mark a dot, just roughly as the center top portion of the sheet. Then we just draw a diagonal line on one side and the same on the other side as well. Okay? Okay. So I hope all of you have drawn these two slant lines or two diagonal lines, which almost look like a triangle, but not exactly a complete triangle because we have not drawn the bottom horizontal portion. Now, again, all of you keep your materials down and you will observe first. Okay? So for the next step, just observe what I do. The ends of these diagonal lines, over here, they're just going to connect these two lines with the help of a curved line over here. So if you see, I've just drawn this curved line. I'm not drawing a straight horizontal line, but I'm drawing a curved line over here, if you can see. Okay, so now you all can take your materials again and you can draw. So just a quick recap for you. We are just going to connect these two diagonal lines with the help of a curved line. Okay, so just move along slowly with the help of a curved line. Okay, so I hope you have also drawn the two diagonal lines and connected the ends of the two diagonal lines with the help of a curved line at the bottom. So now what you have in front of you would look something like a party cap to you. Yes, it looks like a party cap to you. That's something that we wear in a birthday party, a friend's birthday party, something like that. This is nothing but we have drawn a triangle. We just made a curved line instead of a horizontal line. Okay, awesome. So I hope you have all followed it up till here. Again, all of you all to keep your pencils down and observe first. The same kind of line, the same curved line that we have drawn, we are just going to make the same curved line by leaving a little bit of gap. The same curved line. If you see, both of these lines are parallel to each other. I've just left a little bit of gap in between and I've just drawn the same curved line on top of it. Yes? And just following the same process, leaving the same gap and drawing the curved line again. Same process again, drawing another curved line. And this is the last curved line. Okay. So now you all can take your pencils again and you can start drawing with me. You already have the first curved line. Just above this curved line, draw another curved line, which is slightly parallel to it. Follow the same process, draw another curved line above it, and draw these curved lines till you reach the top portion of it. The top portion of the triangle or the shape that we have drawn. If you see, I've just left this gap empty over here. I'm not going to draw another curved line. So I precisely have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 curved lines. So that's not anything to worry about if you have more than 5 curved lines or less than 5 curved lines. It's totally fine. Just make sure that the gap between these curved lines is more or less equal. Okay. So here's a quick recap for you again. So this is the first curved line that we have. We leave some amount of gap, draw the same curved line, following the same process, drawing the curved line again, same curved line on top of it, and we keep doing the same process till we reach the top portion of the shape. Okay, so I hope you all have followed it up till now. And just make sure that all of you are drawing with a pencil again. As I said, in case you end up making any mistakes, don't be afraid, just erase it and you can draw it again. Okay, don't just use any kind of ink to draw this. Draw a rough sketch with pencil first, and then we'll all jump into giving an outline and everything that we need. So first step is to draw a rough sketch with a pencil. Okay, so I hope you have all followed it up till here. Let's move forward now. So just the end of this curved line. If you see the pencil point over here, just the end of this curved line, the second curved line from bottom. So this is my first curved line, the second curved line, and this portion where my pencil points, I'm just drawing a horizontal line. So if you see, this is a little lighter in light because of light. So you might not be able to see this, but there's a horizontal line that I'm drawing from the end. The same I'm doing on the top portion for all the curved lines. So I hope you all are observing first and not drawing along. So if you see all of these ends of these curved lines, I've just drawn these horizontal lines to connect it. Okay. So I've just drawn these horizontal lines, and the same thing I'm going to repeat it on the other side as well. So just these curved lines, we are just going to extend it with the help of horizontal line. Okay. So here's a quick recap for you. Carefully look at the point where my pencil is located at. This is the second curved line, and my pencil is just at the end, one end of this curved line, and I'm just going to draw a horizontal line to extend it. The same process for the next curved line as well, and the same process for the last curved line. So if you see all of these curved lines, at one end of these, I've extended these curved lines to horizontal lines. Simple horizontal lines. If you're facing difficulties in drawing such lines, you can again make use of a scale or ruler. But I've just drawn this freehand. Okay. So the same process, we are going to repeat it on the other side as well. Okay. So just extending these curved lines with the help of horizontal lines. Okay, there we go. Okay. So this is precisely the rough sketch of our design for today. So I hope you all have followed it up till here and all of you have a rough sketch ready. Yes. So shall we all move to the next step now? Yes. Shall we all move to the next step? I can't see anybody saying yes yet. I need quick thumbs ups saying that yes, ma'am, we can move to the next step now. Yes, that's the spirit. Okay, so as we all have a favorite part of the activity to play with colors and everything, let's get started with the next step now. So again, the drill remains the same. All of you will observe first, and then when I repeat the process, you all can draw along with me. Okay, so let's get started with the next process of it. So now it's time to take the colorful sketch pens. And again, as I said, in case you don't have these colorful sketch pens, you can make use of a gel pen or a ball pen as well. So nothing to worry about if you don't have colorful sketch pens or ink pens. You all can make use of ballpoint pen or ink pens as well. Okay. The first color that I have here is a pink color. In case you don't have a pink color, you can make use of a red color as well. Okay. So now all of you all carefully observe what I do with it. Okay. So I'm starting from the top portion. If you see, I'm starting from the top portion of this shape, and I'm just going to first outline the first curved line and the horizontal ends that we have drawn. Okay. So first, all of y'all just outline or overdraw the first curved line and the horizontal ends that we have. Okay. So here's a quick recap for you. Y'all can draw along with me now. Just first outlining the first curved line and the horizontal ends that we have drawn. And now just the tiny triangle that we have on top of it. We're just going to draw these diagonal lines again. Okay, so I'll quickly repeat this process for you. we first give an outline to the first curved line and the horizontal ends. Okay, and just this tiny portion of this end that we have, which looks like a tiny triangle to us, we are just going to draw these simple slant lines again. So simple pattern to fill this with the help of these diagonal lines and the slant lines that we have drawn. If you find difficulty in drawing this particular set of pattern, you can simply draw vertical lines. Simple standing lines that we have, you can simply draw that as well. Okay. So let's move to the next color now. Let's make use of an orange color. In case you don't have an orange color, you can also make use of a green color. That's totally fine. And then if anybody is not using crayons, or if not anybody is not using colors, you'll be using simple ballpoint or ink pens. That's totally fine. Just go ahead with the same color pen that you're using. Okay. So the same process now, everybody, just to observe first, we are just going to outline the second curved line and the horizontal ends that we have given. And then we will just draw these simple twisting lines. If you see, I'm just drawing these simple twist lines on top. Okay. And just in the gap, I'm drawing simple vertical lines. Just to fill in the gap, just drawing these simple vertical lines. Okay, so here's a quick recap for everybody. You all can draw along with me now. Taking an orange color. In case you don't have an orange color, I said you can make use of a yellow color or even a green color if you want. Just outlining the second curved line and the horizontal edge. First, start by drawing a curved line. So if you see, I've just drawn this curved line. I hope you all are drawing along with me. So first, just this curved line and the same on top. So if you see, I'm just drawing this capital alphabet U. So this is just a simple capital alphabet U that I'm drawing. And then just following the same drill. Okay. In case you're finding any kind of difficulty in drawing this pattern, you all can simply make use of flower petal shapes that we have used in the previous class as well. Okay. Now just in the gaps, I'm drawing these vertical lines, simple vertical lines that I'm drawing just to fill the gap. Okay. So there we have the second set of patterns, a set of layers done as well. Time to move to the next layer now. You all can first observe. So I'm making use of a blue color, a light blue color now. In case you don't have a light blue color, you can make use of a dark blue color or any shade of blue that you have. In case you don't have any shade of blue, you can make use of a violet color as well. Okay. So just outlining the curved line and the horizontal ends. And then if you see, I'm just drawing these zigzag lines. The same zigzag lines throughout that I'm drawing. So these are simple zigzag lines that I've drawn this time. Okay. So I want all of you to start drawing with me now. First, giving an outline, then just extending the curved lines to the horizontal lines. Then we are just going to draw the same zigzag lines in the gap that we have. Okay. Just make sure that you are staying within the shape of triangle that we have drawn. Okay. Just don't move out of this shape. Otherwise, you'll just end up ruining your whole artwork. Just stay within the space of this triangle. Okay. So just simple zigzag lines now. And if you see, I'm drawing similar diagonal lines inside the tiny triangles over here. If you see, just drawing the same diagonal lines, slant lines inside the tiny triangles. Okay, so here's a quick recap for you. First, we just draw this zigzag lines, and then if you see, we have spaces left over here. Right? So what we're going to do now is just going to, I'm quickly repeating this in case anybody has not followed it yet. Okay, now just inside these tiny triangles, I'm drawing these slant lines again. So just drawing these slant lines. Okay, just following the same pattern throughout. Okay, so now if you see, we would be having a gap on top of it. So we have a triangle on top of it as well. In that section, in that area, we're just going to draw horizontal lines. So first in the lower triangles, we drew these simple diagonal lines. Now the gap that we have above, we are just going to draw simple horizontal lines. Okay, so these are simple horizontal lines that I'm drawing. Okay, if you see, we have a new set of pattern over here. This is the third layer that we have given now. Let's move to the next layer now. I'm making use of a red colored sketch pen over here. In case you don't have a red colored sketch pen, you can make use of a pink sketch pen. And if you don't have any of these, you can make your own choices of colors. That's totally fine again. Okay. So following the same process again, just drawing the curved line, extending it with the horizontal lines, and then now in this gap I am just going to draw these simple vertical lines. If you see, I'm just drawing these vertical lines. If you see, I've just drawn these simple vertical lines at this end. Okay, so here's a quick recap for you. We'll first quickly outline the curved line and extend it with the horizontal line, and then we are just going to draw these simple vertical lines. So if you see, I'm just starting with one end over here and I'm taking the same vertical lines. I'm just leaving a little bit of gap and drawing the second vertical line, and we follow the same process throughout the gap that we have. Okay, just keep drawing vertical lines throughout the gap that we have in that space. Okay, just keep drawing those vertical lines in the gap that we have. So if you see, I'm just drawing these vertical lines throughout the gap that we have. Okay, so I've just drawn these simple vertical lines in the gap now. So you could see, just following the same process throughout the gap, just drawing these simple minimal vertical lines. We have a first set of layer over here. That's a basic simple vertical line again. Then we have the second layer of patterns over here. Then we had a third layer, which is in blue color here. And the fourth one that has simple vertical lines in red color. Okay. Now, moving to the last layer that I have now. In case you have more layers, you can go ahead with the pattern. I have this last layer. I'm making a dark blue color now. So if you see, I'm just going to give an outline and extend it with the help of these horizontal ends. And then just for the patterns again, we are just repeating the same pattern of a zigzag line. So I first just outlined the curved line and gave the horizontal ends. And then that's a curved line that I've drawn. That's a zigzag line that I've drawn. Okay, so y'all can draw along with me now. First, giving an outline to the curved line, giving the horizontal ends over here. And now that the gap that we have in that space, we are just going to draw these zigzag lines. Okay. Just drawing these zigzag lines. And then we are just going to draw these slant lines on the top triangles that we have. Just filling the top triangles with the help of diagonal lines. Okay. There we go, and almost to the last one. Don't worry, I'll repeat this process for you again. So that's the zigzag line that we have. Now at this portion, if you see the cursor moving there, this portion, the top triangle portion that we have, we're just going to draw simple diagonal lines in that area. So see how I'm drawing these simple diagonal lines or slant lines in that area, and I follow the same process, the same pattern in the next triangles as well. Okay. Okay, almost there. Awesome. So if you see the top triangles, I've just given these filling with the help of these diagonal lines now. For the bottom triangles now. So if you see, here's a quick little recap for you. So you can start drawing with me. That's totally fine again. Now, if you see, we still have these triangular gaps in between. Yes, we are just going to fill this up again with the help of slant lines, but in opposite direction. If you see, these are the slant lines that I've drawn over here in the opposite direction. So quickly have a look at this. Okay, and for the lower triangles now, carefully observe this is the slope of this diagonal line that I've drawn for the lower triangles. Okay, just following the same process for all the lower triangles now, drawing these simple diagonal lines. Okay, just filling it completely, and if you see, I'm staying within the shape of the triangle only. I'm not moving outside this area of my triangle shape. I'm within this triangle shape only. Okay, so just make sure that you are staying within the triangle shape, within the slant lines over here that we have drawn. Okay, so those are the boundaries of the triangle. Do not move outside that boundary. Okay. Okay. If you see, I'm just done with giving the set of patterns to this shape now. Okay. So I hope all of you are also about to finish giving the patterns to your triangle shape that we have drawn. So quickly give me a thumbs up if you are done with the patterns, you're done with the colorful patterns over here, and you're ready for the next step. This is going to be the most exciting part of this class today. So quickly, I need your thumbs up before I move to the next step, which is a really, really exciting step over here. Quickly, I need the thumbs ups coming in before we move to the next step. Quickly give all the patterns so that we can move to the next step, which is a really, really exciting process now. So I don't want anybody of you to miss that process, and that's the reason I'm quickly asking for thumbs up. I need thumbs ups coming in so that we can get started with the next step. Yes, I see a lot of you showing the thumbs up, and you're showing your artworks as well. So hold on, there's something more exciting now. Okay, so I think a lot of you have completed it up till now, and it's time that we move to the next step, the most exciting step of this class. Okay, So just take your pencils. Again, all of yours, just observe first. Okay, so just observe first. I'm just zooming in a little for you. Okay, so if you see, I'm just taking this pencil and I just started making this tiny area just below the curved line with the help of a pencil. So just a thick line with the pencil. Don't be too hard with your pencil. Just softly give a thick line below the curved line that we have drawn. The last curved line that we have, just below that, give a thick outline with the help of your pencil. Okay. If you see, just following the same process throughout. So if you see, there's this area where I've given a thick line with the help of a pencil, but this thick line is a little lighter. Don't be too dark with the pencil. Don't apply too much pressure on your pencils. Just softly give a thick line below the last curved line that we have drawn. Okay. Here's a quick recap. You all can draw along now. So just giving this thick line below the last curved line. And now just draw a line, a curved line, but in the opposite direction. So if you see, I'm just making the shape of an eye over here. Just if you could see this portion, I just made an eye shape over here. If you see a simple curved line in the opposite direction. Just as we have our party caps, our birthday caps, I'm just drawing this curved line in the opposite direction. Okay, here's a quick recap for you. I'm just drawing this curved line again in the opposite direction. So simple freehand, and just inside the space now I'm completely filling it with pencil. So just coloring this area lightly with pencil. Here's a quick recap again. Just drawing a curved line at the bottom in the opposite direction, and then giving a thick line above it as well. Just in circular motions, if you see, I'm giving a thick line to it. Okay. Now, just make use of your finger, and then you just need to smudge this. What is smudging? Smudging is nothing but when you make use of any kind of tool. Just over here, we are making use of our fingers. So just when you smudge, when you move or you shade that area with the help of your fingers where the pencil lines are drawn, when you're blending that area, that is nothing but that's called as smudging. So over here, the technique that we are using is called as smudging. And just the areas where you have drawn those thick lines with the pencil, I'm just moving my finger in circular directions and I'm smudging that area. I'm blending that area. So just moving my finger at that area. And if you see, I'm just going to smudge it nicely, blending it nicely. So any moment you draw a pencil line, a soft pencil line, and you move your finger around it, or even if you use any kind of tool to blend it, that technique is nothing but that's called as smudging. Okay, so we are doing that same technique over here. Okay, so quickly you all can smudge that section. Just above the thick graphite lines, the pencil lines that we have drawn, just move your finger above it. Okay, awesome. I see a little smudging effect ready over here. Now, the same process on the sides as well. Just giving a thick graphite line to the diagonal line of the triangle and then smudging it again. Okay, if you see, I'm just smudging it. That is, I'm blending the graphite lines with the paper with the help of my finger. So that is called as smudging. Okay, So here's a quick recap for anybody who didn't follow. I'm just drawing a thick line besides this diagonal line, and then I'm smudging it with the help of my finger in the same direction only. Okay. And the same process on the opposite side as well. So you can draw along. Don't be too harsh with your fingers on the paper as well. You might just end up tearing your paper. So just be soft with your pencils and with your fingers as well. So just rubbing my finger over the pencil line that I've drawn. Okay. And then just the curved lines inside the triangle shape that we have drawn. I'm just going to draw a thick graphite line, a thick pencil line above it as well. Okay, so just above the curved lines, above all the curved lines that we have inside the triangle shape. So if you see, I'm just drawing a thick graphite line, a thick pencil line above the curved lines. Okay, here's a quick recap for you. I first draw these thick pencil lines above the curved line. Okay. Okay, almost there. To all the curved lines that you have in that area, just overdraw it or draw a thick line with the pencil and then just smudge it. Just blend it nicely. Just move your fingers above this thick line, and we're just following the same smudging technique inside this area as well. Okay, so if you see, we have just given the smudging technique over here. So I'm quickly repeating this step. We first give a thick line above this curved line, and then we just smudge it simply. We blend it simply. We just move our fingers above this thick pencil line that we have drawn. Okay, just the same process. Just lightly move your fingers above it. Okay, awesome. So our artwork for today is ready, and if you see, it gives a slightly 3D look. It looks like it's lifting up from the paper as well. Yes, so that is nothing but we have just given a 3D look, a three-dimensional look. So a three-dimensional look is nothing but we make it look a little lifted from the paper. We make it look like it's real and it's lifting up from the paper as well. Okay, so that was an attempt for today to make it look like it's lifted up from the paper. Yes, if you just have a side view of it, if you have the side view of it, it looks as if it's lifted up from the paper. Yes, slightly lifted up from the paper. And the effect has been created because of the graphite lines, the pencil lines, and the smudging technique that we have used. So if you see this view of this artwork, the side view of this artwork, you see the triangle a little lifted up from your paper, right? It looks like it's actually there. It's actually there's actually a party cap placed on the paper, but in fact it's nothing but a simple drawing, and we made it look like a realistic one with the help of just a smudging technique. Even the side look. Yes, do you see this portion of it? The side looks where we have created with smudging technique. It looks like it's a shadow of the object. So the moment we draw a shadow of a particular object on paper, we just give it a different dimension. So 3D just means three-dimensional. Okay, so we have just drawn a shadow effect to it, which makes it look real, which makes it look lifted up from the paper, and thereby we have just drawn a simple 3D look to it. Yes, so that was our artwork for today. and I hope you all enjoyed making this artwork with me, and especially the 3D part of it, the smudging part of this class with the help of fingers was the most exciting part for me. And I hope you all are going to make your submissions right after this class, because I'm going to personally evaluate all of your submissions. And I think this was the most exciting class of this mandala technique or mandala art series. So I'm eagerly looking forward to your submissions. Okay, so I'll see you in the next class with yet another fun activity. Just don't forget to make your submissions on time. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed. Until the next class, please take care of yourself and stay creative. Okay, bye.
Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at Uolo. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.uolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at YOLO_app. I'm eagerly looking forward to all your submissions.